Hi.
Hello guys, welcome to PitchingInLine. Welcome to IPL 2024, and it's a qualifier two of the season, which is between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Rajasthan Royals. Uh, there were a lot of talks about Rajasthan missing the top two spot, but they kind of won the eliminator and came to the sink. So pretty much after losing almost four back-to-back matches and winning a crucial match and coming to this match, I think they'll have a lot of confidence. And how do you see this thing going on, bro? Like, what are the strengths and weaknesses of the team, and what should each and every team do to win against the opposite team?
Since it's happening in Chennai, so we can expect a slow surface, which will have a bit for the spinners too. But whether it will be a raging turner, I don't really think, because since it's a qualifier game, so I don't think they will go for a lot for a raging turner and all. But typical Chepauk wicket, it will be a low and slow wicket, which will have a little bit of assistance to the spinners. So going by the combination, so I'll just read out the ideal combinations which both the teams should play. Then you can add on if you have any kind of changes in your playing 11. So I'll start with SRH. Ideal playing 11 should be Travis Head opening with Abhishek Sharma, Rahul Tripathi, followed by Nitish Reddy, Clausen, and Phillips. I think Glenn Phillips will add a lot of value in this match, since Vijaykanth Vyaskan, of course, he has bowled well. I don't deny the fact, but at the same time, since their batting is little fragile after Klaasen, so they need a little bit of experience and little bit of more stability in that lower order. So bringing in someone like Phillips, who adds a lot of dimensions, he can also come and bowl his office, a couple of overs of office in his gun fielder on the outfield. So considering all those things, I think Phillips will be a very good addition in this game, although he hasn't played any game in the tournament. But backing Phillips won't be a bad idea. And I will also suggest playing Washington Sundar, first of all, a local guy. And since he also gives you the extra dimension with the bat, and he's playing in Chennai, so he'll add a lot of value in that 11. Apart from that, Pat Cummins, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Natarajan. I'll since in this 11 I have dropped Vijaykanth Vyaskan, so I'll bring back Markande into the 11, and my impacts it will be Jaydev Unadkat. So now we'll talk about Rajasthan Royals. Rajasthan Royals, they should open with Jaiswal, TKC, followed by Samson, Rayan Parag, Dhruv Jurel, Shimron Hetmeyer, Shubham Dubey. I will include Shubham Dubey here. Ashwin, Trent Bolt, Yuzvendra Chahal, Sandeep Sharma, and my impact sub will be Keshav Maharaj. Since why I have not included Roman Powell in this 11 is because you need an extra spinner here in Chepauk, since Keshav Maharaj is a finger spinner, left arm spinner. So there's a lot of right hand batter. Apart from the openers, all are right handers in the SRH playing 11. So you need someone like Keshav Maharaj in the middle overs who will be really effective. It is and he can even pick wickets. In the low slow wickets, he'll be very effective. And if at all any batting is required, if Rajasthan Royal feels that there is a collapse and they need extra batting, they can always use Roman Powell as an impact sub, and they can bring him into the 11. So what do you think this about the both the 11s? Do you like to see any changes in that, or are you satisfied with this 11 for both the teams?
I mean, I think first we'll discuss about Sunrisers Hyderabad. I'm definitely in favor of bringing in Glenn Phillips. I think the formula of them having Markram before two, what it gives them is extra cushion and extra solid batting option. I think which SRH is kind of lacking right now.
Yeah.
I think this will give much more freedom to the openers. Or even if you have even like last match, what it happened, they lost both their openers in the first 2 hours itself, and they lost 4 wickets in the power play. If you have this extra batter, probably it will give you an opportunity for them to bat more. And also, if you have Glenn Phillips, and if you actually set him the platform, I think the players are going to really come all guns blazing. So I think that would be a very good choice. And number two is one thing I would like to ask you is you actually did include Abdul Samad, and you and so who are you seeing as a finisher? Are you expecting Sundar to be that player who can finish it?
Yeah, I didn't include Samad only because I need an extra dimension, is what I felt. Since Glenn Phillips comes and does that multi-utility job, he can come and finish the match, and he can even come and bat at the situation where if let's suppose Sunrisers lose some early wickets, and because if you see the previous games, once they lose the wickets, when Klaasen is gone, then there is literally no one after him who can bat. And the last game, which if you remember against KKR, they sent in Sanveer Singh. So if you bring in someone like that who doesn't have any extra utility with the with the ball, if he gets out on the first ball, then there is no point that you can't use any impact sub. Then you are one bowler short. So somebody like Washington Sundar will add a lot of value in that, and Glenn Phillips also does that job, who can even stabilize if there is a collapse. So keeping that in mind, I included both Washi and Phillips. I dropped Samad. That was my logic.
Yeah. So I think for me, from the previous 11 that they have fielded against KKR in the qualifier one, I think the two changes that I would make is direct swap with Glenn Phillips in and with Sundar in place of Shahbaz. I think I'll still. Samad hasn't been in form. He hasn't. I wouldn't say in form, but he hasn't had really great contributions towards then. But yeah, I think probably you'll still hope that he might give you some. And and I feel SRH should definitely play Jada Huda. I think he will be an X factor for them. I really feel he'll be that bowler who can make a difference if he plays. Because in Chipak, where the pitches aren't going to be a batting friendly track, his cutters would be very, very important. And he's somebody who hits the deck hard. He doesn't ball yorkers or over pitch deliveries or a lot of short deliveries. He balls at very
Hmm.
good length, and he has his cutters which will go in and out, which would probably wouldn't give the batsman that timing that he needs to give a to score a big six or a crunching four. So I think JD is somebody I think SRS should accommodate. I think definitely accommodate. And one more aspect that they have to look into is it's in Chipok, right? And it is traditionally known for their spinners. And who is your SRH main spinner? Now we have removed that
Vijay.
Sri Lankan spinner.
Yeah, Vijay
So
Kandli.
are you going to play Markande or Jatharved? And with Sundar, who is going to be your second and third options?
So
And
I
how
have
do SRH use it?
so I have included Markande in my 11, along with Washington Sundar. Apart from that, if at all Sunrisers require an extra spin options, I think Glenn Phillips will do that job. He's more than a part-time spinner. He has bowled and taken wickets in Test matches in Bangladesh and even the recent series against South Africa, where the pitch started turning in day 3, day 4. Glenn Phillips came and picked wickets. So Glenn Phillips is not a traditional, what do you say, part-time bowler. He is a proper spinner. So he will give you that 1 2 overs if at all the the management feels that you need an extra couple of overs of spin in this track, and by cutting down the overs of a pacer. So that should be the plan going forward for Sunrisers. And as far as the plan, I think since it's Jaiswal and TKC who opens. So Jaiswal, we have seen that he wants to dominate the bowling from the ball one. And TKC is someone who also uses his sweep really well. He hasn't played sweep here, but he's known to play sweep really well and play spin really well. So someone like Washington Sundar with his height on those wickets, with this uneven bounce, I think opening with Washington Sundar you start with Washington Sundar at 1 over. I think he can create that triple amongst the openers of Rajasthan Royals. It might even prove the other way, but again, it's a gamble which I think Sunrisers has to take to neutralize the opening partnership.
Mm. And when it comes to Rajasthan, I think they have a very set balanced team. I think the probably change that I might see, that I might do, or that I might see the teams following is Roman Powell. I think probably he might just play for his big hitting, because we know this tournament has been known for strike rates and for big sixes. And I think if he can, even if he plays, 4 dots and he gets 2 sixes, that's still a strike rate of 200. Yeah, and I would agree also with that he isn't a great player of spin. Might be, yeah, it's not really his forte. But yeah, I think probably that they would like to feel the same level and not to change their momentum. With Shimron Hetmar coming, I think it adds more volume and strength, and it will be like that. So, and coming to number 3 and number 4 of RR has been fantastic. They have been their cream players, Sanju Samson and Riyan Parag. And how do you think SRH should neutralize them? Or what should SRH do with their resources to outsmart these two batsmen?
Yeah, if you see the game against CSK, which Rajasthan Royals played and Chepauk, of course, that was a day game. If you have seen that game, that you will realize that CSK's bowlers use those slower deliveries really well. And we have seen Yashasvi Jaiswal struggling against a short pitch delivery earlier on in the innings. He just, wants to clear the cover area. So he steps on the crease. So he takes the chances. So with Bhuvi, with Bhuvi, his job is to bowl fuller length to TKC and make him drive, because TKC is someone who wants to have a feel on the bat right from the word go. So with Bhuvi, if he even gets a little bit of swing in, but I don't think there will be much of swing in Chennai. But whatever swing is available, if he can pitch it up full and he can gamble that, I think TKC is someone who will be tempted to go for the drive. I think TKC can be trapped in that aspect. And Jaiswal, I think opening with either with Washington Sundar, with his the office
Yeah.
coming into the left-handers, or even they can try with Pat Cummins opening the innings, hit that,
Okay.
bowl it back off a length and pitch it short and
Yeah. Yeah.
make him play. So that, because
Okay.
Simrat is
What about
yeah.
what, what about Samson and Parag? We have already spoken about the openers, but Samson Parag has been their best batsman for Rajasthan Royals. So, what are the strategies that you will use to get them out?
I think Samson has been really amazing this tournament, but if you have seen, he has a little bit of struggle against leg spinners in the middle overs. If you see the game against RCB yesterday, Karan Sharma, he flighted one delivery outside off. He was hitting it straight. He was bowling it full. Was hitting it straight. But if you see that dismissal, Karan Sharma deliberately bowled outside the off stump and he cut the pace. He wanted Samson to come down the crease. He did that and he fell into the lap and got stumped. So that is one aspect which Samson can be caught off. He is someone who wants to dominate the spinner, especially leg spinner, down the ground. So if you can just bowl him outside off stump with pace off, I think he will be tempted to go play straight. In that
And
aspect,
might get
getting some too.
a top pitch. Okay.
Yeah.
And what about Riyan Parag and Shimran Hetmeyer and for the rest of the batting order?
I think for that aspect, you have to use someone like Jaydev Unadkat and especially Jaydev Unadkat, because Natarajan is someone who will be designated to bowl in the death overs. So JD's job is to bowl those cutters or off cutters in the middle overs and make them reach for the ball. Don't bowl at their comfort zone. Make bowl outside off stump. Make them reach for the ball. That's how I think CSK caught them. Even though Ryan Parag batted through 20 overs, he didn't bat in that acceleration. He didn't bat at that strike rate where Hara should have batted. So if you see the pitch map, they already Simarjit Singh especially, and even Tushar Deshpande, they bowled wide outside the off stump, and occasionally they pulled back their length and bowled the slower bouncers, which made the job very tough for someone like Ryan Parag, who wants the ball to come into the bat. If you don't give him pace and if you give him width, I think he struggles a little bit. Although it's not a guarantee that he will get out, but he will definitely struggle to score runs. And if someone like him is cramped for runs in the middle overs, I think SRH will be benefited from that aspect.
Rightly so. And coming to RR's bowling, I think it is one of the well-rounded bowlings. They have great options with Trent Bolt. Sandeep Sharma has been good. And you have both spinners. I think in Chipok you have probably two of the leading spinners in the country in India, and with R. Ashwin and Yuzvendra Chahal. I think this is where probably they have an advantage, or this is where probably they would like to take advantage actually, if these both players can do well. And for SRH, I think it will be the same thing. If they play well against these two spinners, I think they're going to negate a lot of those middle overs. We have seen the match against the same team at Hyderabad, where Nitesh Reddy kind of went after R. Ashwin and
Yeah,
Chahal,
yeah.
and they didn't have proper figures. So I think that's something that they can do again. Avesh Khan is somebody I think you can target. SRH batsman can target them without you know without being very careless. And I think as far as Rajasthan is concerned, we have seen Travis Head getting bowled in the opening over for two left-armers. I
Yeah,
think that's one thing they try with Trent Bolt.
yeah.
Or do you reckon they can even try out Burger in this match?
No, no. See, conditions are different entirely here. Since this is the condition where you need more slower bowlers, so they have to play only one left arm pacer, and it should be Trent Bolt. It shouldn't be both. It should be either Burger or Trent Bolt, but experience-wise, they will go to Trent Bolt. So idea will be similar. I don't think he will get a similar amount of swing which Arshdeep got in Hyderabad or even Mitchell Stark got in Ahmedabad. I think Trent Bolt won't get that amount of swing in Chepauk, but we have seen Trent Bolt creating those in-swinging deliveries in the earlier first overs. So he will try to extract whatever he can with the new ball, and that's the only way I think they can trap Travis Head earlier on. Once he gets set, then it will be problems for Rajasthan Royals to stop him.
Yeah, I think that's what SRH has to do as well. I think they were guilty of going against the bowling very early. I think personally, I felt probably they should have looked it on the pitch for a couple of overs, because we have seen the match against LSG where I think they didn't score much for the first 10 balls. For the first 9 balls, first over came for very less runs. So I think when you have such a quality batsman, I think it's important that you kind of give yourself a bit of time of 1 hour or 1.23 balls, so that you can maximize as much as possible for your team. And one more thing, anything that you would like to add about the conditions of the ground? Do you expect any dew, or how the pitch is going to be? Whether if you win the toss, what would be the ideal thing that both the teams should be doing?
See, dudes, definitely something which has to be, seen on the match day, because in this season we have seen both the aspects. In a game against when Chennai played SRH in Chepauk, we didn't see that much of dew falling there. But at the same time, when CSK played LSG over there, then Stoinis scored that brilliant century. You saw a lot of dew falling over once the second innings started. So we have to see the conditions, and since Rajasthan Sunrisers had Hyderabad arrived to Chennai earlier than Rajasthan Royals, they would have seen what's happening with the conditions, if there is any dew falling over and all. So all these kind of readings is important for the both the teams, be it RR or be it SRH. So that is the one thing. And as far as combination is concerned, I think both the teams need to rely on those bowlers who, of course, the spinners, and also the bowlers who can bowl those cutters. Since Sunrisers doesn't have that much of variety or that much of resources as far as spin is concerned, so that is what I suggested, that they have to play someone like Glenn Phillips and bring in Washington Sundar and Markande, which will make that attack a little more conducive for the conditions. And as far as Rajasthan Royals is concerned, they have to bring in Keshav Maharaj into the mix. And there are only two left-handers in Sunrisers, as I said earlier. Rest all are the middle order is all are right-handers. So in those wickets where there is odd bounce low bounce wickets, you need someone like Keshav Maharaj to bowl in those middle overs. Scoring against Keshav Maharaj isn't easy. And one more important matchup will be the battle between spinners of Rajasthan Royals and Henrik Clausen. Henrik Clausen is someone who has, we know that he is a very brilliant player of spin bowling, and at the same time, that also has been the reason for his demise and off late. So we have seen, I have seen the pattern, but I noted the pattern is, he somehow, wants to play with his ego. He wants to dominate the spinners. Even if you see the past few matches, we have seen the bowlers, especially the off spinners, bowling outside the off stump and make Klaasen play over deep mid wicket and getting him caught over there. So I think Klaasen is someone who can hit the ball directly, who can play the ball straight down the ground. And if you even saw that, boundary, a six against, I think it was Sunil Narayan, he played a back foot punch over extra covers. So when you have those kind of shots, I think you have to, control your ego. I think there is no question about his potential. If he bides his time and if he controls his ego, right, he's someone who can even score a century. So that is the one battle which I'm really looking forward to. In this, and that
Yeah,
kind of can determine the outcome of the match.
yeah, I think it's been very long time since we have seen Henrik Claasen giving a substantial contribution. I think this would be the best time for him to perform for SRH, and rightly so for every team as well. For every team, each individual has to actually step up, and it's going to be a cracker of a match. And that's it from us, guys. We'll meet you after the game. Until then, tata, bye bye, see you.
Bye bye.